Ta-ta-da-ta-da! Ta-ta-da-ta-da!
Yo, good evening, everybody. What's up? What's up, Dominic? Yo, 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 yo. What's up, Peach, Bagcopter, Satellite Sun, Clarpus? Hi, everyone. Happy Friday, also known as Day 4 of November 3rd. Hope you're holding up okay. I certainly am. Dominic, thank you so much for subscribing for 14 months, dude. Bagcopter, thank you so much for subscribing for 21 months. And hi, Sacrificial Toast. And hi, Silver Mike. Hi, everybody. What's going on? Hope you had a good week. You got through it somehow. None of us really know how we get through these things anymore. We just do. We just get there, and it's okay. It works out fine, doesn't it? Only day 4. It could have been 3 weeks. It's pretty much over. I don't really think there's anything to be concerned about at this juncture. Things seem to have played out as well as they could, given the circumstances, I guess. Subhouse. What's up, Manic? Oh, I was just welcoming everybody to day 4 of November 3rd. You know how it is. Well, I'm doing well, so all of you should be doing well. Not really too worried about it. So yeah, do I have anything to report? Probably not. Oh, I do. I almost thought I didn't, but I do. Yeah, it's mostly over except for the whining. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really left to worry about. We can all take a breather for a bit and then get back to the important business of trying to shove Biden to the left. I don't even want to think about that right now, though. That's still months away, and in 2020 months, that's like 6 years from now, so. Yes, but if you consider them deeply neurotic. Yeah, what's up, worst elephant? Yeah, I hope everybody is holding up okay. Hope everybody's doing well, staying healthy. Self-caring. Yeah, 2 months of lame duck bullshit. We'll see. He might be too depressed to get up out of his nest of Big Mac boxes to do anything other than tweet, so. Yeah, hopefully. Anyway, I do have something to report, actually. Something new, something exciting. I have opened our first community challenge here on the channel. So, some of you might remember our Hell Nights that we would do, where once a month I would let the community pick a game for us to play. And naturally, it was the most horrible, heinous stuff you could find. Well, generally. We did get to play Neopets that one time. That was cool. But yeah, you guys would generally pick out awful games for me to play. I would play them. Much crying and gnashing of teeth would be had. We're changing things up. We are making this a new thing. You don't see it. You don't see it. Weird. I don't see it either. Hang on. Did I not push? Did I do everything except push the button? Sometimes I do everything except push the button. Like, I get them all set up and... Oh! Ha 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 ha. Okay. There's a start button. After you set it up, there's a start button. Oh, Jesus God, it gave you guys a banner. Wow, okay. Well, there's that then. Well, that was dramatic. Anyway, so now Hell Nights are being replaced with Community Nights, and they're being done via... What's up, Fury Fighter? Good to see you. Wow, that was quick. They're being done by these community challenges. The idea is everybody chucks in Dragon Coin. I have to apologize. They work differently than I thought they would. There is a hard cap of 2,000 coins that you can throw in per stream. So nobody can just buy out the whole thing. You have to come back and watch more, unfortunately, to get through this. But when we hit 100K, whoever or whatever group donated the most coins will be charged with organizing this. So y'all will decide on a date in December, a stream night, and a game that we're going to play. You need to do this communally somehow so that everybody is pleased or at least satisfied. Yes, we've rebranded from Hell Night because it doesn't always have to be a bad game. It doesn't have to be terrible, terrible things. Cragger, dude, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Silver Mike. You've got... My eyes bug out every time I see that you've gifted 106 subs in this channel, dude. That is... Cragger the boss. Thank you so much. No more ads for you. Yes. Allow me to issue a blanket apology for any ads you have to suffer just to watch me. I appreciate your sacrifice greatly. There are few things in this world as odious as online advertising, so braving that just for the sake of hanging out with me, it means a lot. It really does. Thank God for Twitch as much as it sucks. Yes, I can agree with that. And I'm not even one of the channels that's getting torn up by DCMAs. Like, apparently, I found out today, following other creators on Twitch, even if you deleted all of your old VODs and highlights, the DCMA system can still ping your deleted videos because they haven't actually been removed from the Twitch servers, and you will still get hit. It is bonkers. It is so stupid. Like, there are a bunch of Twitch streamers that are getting DCMAs for videos they deleted because they haven't been removed from the server, and whatever bullshit tool the music companies can use to search these things down, search the server directly. Yeah. They gotta do something about this. I don't know how anybody's gonna survive if they just let the music companies run roughshod over the entire streaming business. So, one of the members of Dragon Force got DCMA'd playing his own music. Yeah, that's how stupid this shit gets. It's so dumb. Time for another Just Dance stream. It's up to y'all. Once we hit the target, you guys get to figure out what it's gonna be. So yeah, and we're already a quarter of the way there, so I'm not real worried about this getting hit. VTuber lost her channel earlier this week because the asshat who made her model filed it. God. Yeah, it's such a shitty system. Yeah. What's up, Dev? Oh, she got it back? Oh, that's good. That's good at least. Yeah, Twitch apparently has no appeal system for DCMAs. So if you get hit, you just eat shit. So I can't imagine that being terribly sustainable, especially if some of their big, well, I don't know. Twitch seems to baby their big channels a lot, so I don't know how hard their bottom line is really gonna get hit by this. How does streaming a GTA game work now? I have no idea, dude. Maybe they don't play any in-game music. Maybe they mute the game and play pre-approved. Yeesh. Let's just forget that ever escaped my mouth. Pre-approved elevator music or something. I bet they've had virtually zero bottom line hit. Yeah, because they're basically just deleting stuff. I can't imagine it's actually hurt the business itself too much. Like, I don't know how. I guess VODs and highlights don't really affect revenue so much. They just help streamers grow by having a legacy on the platform and producing small clips that can help them advertise. So I guess nobody would be necessarily shrinking and thus damaging Twitch's business. But it's certainly not helping channels grow or anything. Guys, dude, thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you so much, Harmby. And I feel like I missed somebody prior to that. Hang on a second. No, just a lot of people contributing to our community goal, and I appreciate it. Seeing unprecedented gift subs whenever a streamer talks about it. Well, yeah. I mean, it's got to be, like, I don't worry about it. I don't... I mean, we've definitely played copy... Gregor, dude, thank you so much for gifting another sub. To death. That's really kind of you, dude. The generosity, I'm gonna get all flushed. You guys can't do this to me. I haven't even started playing video games yet. Christ, what was I saying? You just, you're interrupting me. You're throwing me off my train of thought. What the hell's wrong with you people? It's like a big toilet. Oh yeah, I was thinking about Thing Burgers. Yeah, obviously. That sweet, sweet Thing sauce. No, I haven't been worried about the DCMA thing, because we've definitely played copyright music before, but since I'm an affiliate, VODs only last on Twitch for like 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure anything that I could have been hit with would have been deleted already. And I'm lazy. I don't make highlights or anything anyway. And I shuffle all of my VODs go straight to YouTube. So I don't have to worry about stuff getting prematurely deleted or anything. I feel really bad for these channels, the big partners that have had like their entire streaming history archived here on Twitch just get wiped out. That's the big reason why I upload everything to YouTube. So this stuff will be available somewhere forever. Time I'm replaying Don't Shit. For a second, Fury Fighter, I thought you said you were talking about role-playing Don't Shit Your Pants. I'm like, I do that every day. Speedruns. Alright. Anyway, we should probably play some video games, yeah? So tonight, we're back on the big itch list, and we're tackling some of the bigger titles on it that you guys requested. Man, that social justice bundle from Itch back in the summer is the gift that keeps on giving. This thing has some amazing games in it, and we're gonna see if some of these tonight are that. Shit your pants, larp. We're gonna see if these are as amazing as they look. We're gonna start with Long Gone Days, which appears to be a tactical RPG. I think built-in RPG Maker. This one's still in early access. It's still being developed. I don't know a whole lot about it beyond that, but I have seen it before and I have been interested in trying it. We're gonna give this one about an hour, or at least until it gets going and we get an idea what the game is like. After that, we are going to jump into Once Upon a Crime in the West. It's another game from the 2001 A Space Felony developer. We played all the way through that game a couple weeks ago, and that was great. I really enjoyed that. We're going to try to do a full playthrough of Once Upon a Crime in the West, which should take an hour or two, maybe, I guess. And then after that, we're going to play the Night Fisherman. And those are the 3 games I have penciled in for tonight. If we have more time after that, I don't know. Holy what? You guys want me to play Fallout 2? That's a good idea, honestly. I've mentioned this before. I've never beaten Fallout 2. It's such a huge game. I have always burned out. I mean, I haven't actually played Fallout 2 since college, I guess, but I've always burned out by the time I reach the end game. And I've never... The one time... I'm sorry, we will play video games in a minute here, but you got me on another tangent. This is your fault. The one time I sat down and I was like, I'm doing this. I'm going to beat this game for sure. Nothing can stop me. I made a really weird corner case evil character. And apparently I built her in such a way that she couldn't beat the final boss. Like, I had just somehow locked her out of every possible avenue for beating this guy. Because she was hand to hand. and that dude does not respond well to hand-to-hand combat. I couldn't hack anything. I couldn't persuade anything. I could not do anything. So my one real serious shot at beating the game just went. So. But I would actually like to play Fallout 2 again. So that is a really Daggerfall Unity. Oh my. I'm gonna do that. Also a reminder, tonight is the last night to grandfather in nominations under the old system. After tonight, the permanent standing nominations are going away. Starting from tomorrow, we're going to have more limited periods of nominations for the next game. What the fuck, Bacon Copter? What? I have done low-end Fallout 2 as well, and it is hilarious. There is a sweet spot. I believe it is intelligence. I think it's 3. I think it's int 3. Because I think at 1 or 2, you can't speak. And at 4, you can still do the normal options, but you just say them really weakly. But at intelligence 3, you get special dialogue options at like every juncture, and oh my god, they are hilarious. They're so good. How long would it take for Odyssey to get out of the very first dungeon? My estimate, 7 days. I may do have to make it a rotary permaban. But yes, if you've been holding back on nominations and you want to get something in on the permanent list, tonight is the night. Tonight is your last chance. Starting from tomorrow, you know what? I will even give you guys a preview. I will spoil what the next nominations are going to be, just so you have an idea. Tomorrow night, while we are finishing up Demon Souls, I'm going to open up nominations for the next retro game. And it's going to be to nominate a PlayStation game. PlayStation 1, 2, or 3, doesn't matter. But your nominations for the next retro game must be for this baby right here. Can I get 201 stream? Bacon's the kind of guy to tie someone down to a chair and force them to play Bubsy 3D. Yeah, you can finally see me play Bloodborne. Also, fuck you. Isn't that exciting? All right, let's play a video game. The story is a work of fiction. All characters in this game are fictitious. Any resemblance to... Hey! Well, now I don't know what else is disclaimed. Kingsfield, let's go. You can't scare me. I play that shitty FPS where you play as happy faces. All mods in this chat are fictitious. Common knowledge. What is common knowledge? From the day I was born, it was decided that I'd be a sniper. As soon as I could talk and understand orders, my training started. It was the same for every single one of my brothers. Or so I thought. You really think someone would make me up on purpose? Yes, to punish me. Because of this, I grew up believing that the things that were taught to me at the Corps' army were things everyone knew about. I smell anime. Oh yes, this is anime. This is war as hell anime. But who gets to decide what is important to know? As I was growing up, knowing anything about things like history or even how a family usually functions seemed like a complete waste of time. Resident Evil 2 Remake has a mod that turns Mr. X into Goose from Untitled Goose Game. That sounds awesome. Goose be when. Okay, now I'm interested in finishing Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now you've got my attention. Meanwhile, learning how to control my breath and how to move my fingers accurately were far more important. When you've been spoon-fed with limited choices your whole life, you don't really question the stuff given to you. You just assume it's normal. G-Virus. How many Metal Gears is this? I don't know. We're gonna have to rate this on a scale of Metal Gears. What use are those things when I was taught during the past 22 years if I was ever taken away from the battlefield? Alright, I think that's worth at least 1 Metal Gear right there. If it wasn't for the events in the past few days, I would have never questioned any of these things. Alright, Fury Fire, good luck with your work. Thanks for bullshitting with us for at least a little bit. The unreleased Metal Gear Solid 6 anime moment. Rourke, everything has been set up downstairs. They should be arriving soon. Lynn looks very concerned about this. I'll go to my position. Hey. Huh? We're all counting on you. She just wanted to tell us good luck. We're all counting on you. Thanks. Metal Gear Solid 3 is the best. Fight you? I don't think anybody in this chat's gonna fight you over that. I certainly won't. I haven't played it. Thanks. We should be the ones thanking you. I'll make sure to stop any soldier who comes near the tower. Good luck. To be lurking for new phone means I can listen without worry of battery dying. Henry Stickmin Collection. I'm actually familiar with that one. I have heard of that. Stop them. I can't even stop myself from doing this again. ... Rourke! They're here! Why aren't they using contractions? Oh, I see 4 drones over here. Take them down as fast as you can. You have limited ammo for your rifle. Make good use of it or we'll have to retreat. Move around using the arrow keys and press X to shoot. Alright. Wow, sniping is easy. Alright, this one's gonna be a dick. Oops. Holy shit. I had to say it. I had to say it. Oh god, y'all. Yep, keep them coming. Let's make this list as unwieldy as possible. No more drones left. Just in time. Should be making entry real soon. Stay focused. Wow. Rourke, they know we're here. They'll try to break in. Take those soldiers down before they do. Ow. 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 I feel like the other ones should have been more concerned. And Mrs. Are we repopulating a nom list? Silver Mike, tonight is the last night to get a permanent nomination on the list. That I will tell you guys right now, it's no guarantee that I'm going to do it. But when we switch over to the more limited nominations, if you all renominate things that are on the permanent list, there's a much better chance that I'll do it. So nominating stuff right now is useful. Well done, Rourke. That should be enough. What? No way. How did they get here? Rourke, come downstairs quickly. Code Vein. I've actually been a little interested in trying Code Vein. I like Souls and I like anime. Why, you have no time to think of a game now? That's okay. I've seen the kind of stuff you nominate, not a roguelike. It's probably for the best. You might have the unfortunate distinction of being the only person to nominate something and then back off of it. No. You and Hieronymus are the you're not wrong, but hey, you and Hieronymus were the two that nominated things and then went back and were like, no god, please don't play those. I've specifically not picked up Anime Souls because all the Souls streamers I trust have said it isn't worthwhile. I've heard mixed things about it, but I mean, I played that one. Were you guys around for Immortal Unchained? That super indie, like 40K-ish Souls-like I played. That thing was janky and weird and stuff, but I still really enjoyed it. When I'm able to send you Martian Gothic. Fury Fighter, when if you send me Martian Gothic, you don't need to. There's no Dragon Coins involved there. I get it. I will play it. Going the distance to physically send me a video game, I will honor that. Absolutely. Oh, Atelier Aisha. I really want to play an Atelier game. I feel like that'd be great for chill nights. Code Vein is a good baby's first Dark Souls. Interesting. I mean, we're hiding in here, huh? The Russian, right? You have to get used to saying, am I saying it wrong? Atelier? Atelier? On the telly? Now you know how to get more Bubsy played on the channel. Oh, I am saying it right. Atelier? Atelier? Atelier Aisha with a Japanese voices, please, for the love of God. Yeah, certainly. Certainly. We can nominate Russian game. No, not a roguelike. No, stop. We would recommend LSD Dream Emulator. I think it's totally worth it. You need to go out your way to make a Japanese PSN account and buy a Japanese PSN. I think for LSD Dream Emulator, I'd probably just get a ROM for it. I would probably go for that. Just for simplicity's sake. Quap. Now we're finding out exactly how many Dragon Coins you all have. This is fascinating to watch. Getting over it. Get over yourself. The original PS3 release didn't include the Japanese voice track because Koei Tecmo were dumb. If the Steam version, I would absolutely play it on Steam. If the Steam version has it, then we'd be set. Rourke! Let's go. Wait, what are we doing? You won't get rid of us. That, I mean, they've already got rifles drawn on us. So I hope you don't have issues fighting up close, Rourke. I can manage. Most enemies have multiple spots you can aim at, and every spot has different stats. These stats can be seen during target selection. Aiming at certain body parts can give you an advantage in battle. Some are harder to aim, you can deal more damage, while others may be easier to shoot but have higher defense. Mobile app ate the coin button. Mobile app is pretty janky for that, unfortunately. I'm already at the point where I want to see this game recast with Jim Henson style Muppets in place of everyone with the portrait. Alright. Enemy soldier. Very high damage, high evasion for head. Body is medium damage, low evasion. Chance of paralysis, low damage. Okay, so we got head, body, and arms. Okay, that keeps it simple. Ow. Apparently I can dodge rifle bullets at this range. Oh, they don't hurt that much. That's fine. Why don't you stop shooting me? When they say chance of paralysis, it must not be a very high chance. RPG Maker can do some wild things if you know how. I wish I had learned at some point. Pipe bomb. Let's pipe bomb these dudes. Then uses pipe bomb. Damn. Oh, Jesus. Toho, Chiraden, Subterranean Animism. Echo Knight. Man, I'm really excited to go back and look through all these nominations you guys are making. It's particularly exciting when we get a lot of nominations for one thing, because that means there's a lot of interest for it right now. So this could have a significant impact on future nominations. Like, I may actually limit nominations based on these, or for the next couple of games, we may skip nominations and just do a vote on some of these. We'll see. I'll have to. I'm really interested to see this list. Holy shit, Cragger, dude! Thank you so much for gifting another sub to Justin Brett. There's still a list. Yes, it should still be linked below or from Discord. I've kept the big list open, so you can find what you've nominated and where it stands. Cragger, you utter madman! Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Satellite Sun. Satellite Sun, did you just nominate the fact that you nominated a bunch of Tohos? Ow, headshot. Rourke, we need to leave this place now. What about the civilians? They don't sound too happy. The aggro Cragger. Sorry, I couldn't help you in time.
Headshot.
Welp? Uh-oh. What are you gonna do? Disqualify it? No. No, I will do my absolute best to honor all the nominations coming in tonight. Give the Crag a knife. Hey, tell the lieutenant we found them. I knew there was something weird going on here. Don't take this personal. I don't want to do this either. Game over. Day 1, Service Academy inside the core. Are we flashing all the way back now? Zero Escape Nonary games. Oh, the mods are the... Okay. You guys are gonna have to behave if the mods are actually policing the list right now. Alright, let's continue. First thing you should remember when you cross the border is that you'll be within Russian territories, even though separated from the mainland. Normally we teach you a thing or two about speaking to locals, but in this particular operation, any kind of communication with outsiders is strictly forbidden. Do not even tell them a name on your dog tags, is that clear? You should also note that it's currently summer in the Northern Hemisphere. Those of you who have already been deployed at least once will appreciate the fact that summers in Kaliningrad range from 55 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit, but it still rains just as often as in any other season. It's a funny disqualifying when you expect it. Imagine actually doing your mod duties. What kind of nerd does that? Those will be representing the Polish army. A zero tolerance policy towards misconduct will be in order. Is that clear? On this mission, we'll be working alongside members of our elite force, the Ravens Squad. Both Sergeant Coyle and Sergeant Brana should have accompanied us during Operation Prigolia, but unfortunately Sergeant Coyle suffered an unexpected injury. Because of his impressive development skills and qualifications, it was decided that Private Rourke will be his replacement on the field. Private Rourke. Yes, sir. You find the briefing with the rest of your notes. Thank you, sir. If you have any doubts, ask someone in your squad. Okay, that's all from me. We're counting on you, soldiers. You are dismissed. Information about the Corps and Operation Prigolia have been added to Rourke's notes. You can access the notes tab from the menu. 5 bits, $2 billion. Dev, you shouldn't have. Thank you so much, buddy. No non-nary games are 2 games. Henry Stickmin collection is 5, admittedly 5 pretty short ones. I'll allow it because they are sold as a package. Our Dominic, thank you for the $2 billion as well. Y'all are so very generous. More money than the richest man in the world who I don't know the name of. Well, it's gotta be Bezos. It's gotta be Bezos. What's the ratio to Stanley Nichols? Rabby Ribby on stream this time. That would be a good one, because true to form, I didn't actually finish Rabby Ribby before reviewing it. And I like Rabby Ribby a lot. I thought it was a really cool game. Rune Factory. I can spend coins for each. Don't worry about Loaded High. It's not a big deal. Who is Stanley Nichols? The Corps is an extensive state strategically located below the surface of the Earth. It is currently governed by Father General Eugene Wisner. Okay, that title does not fill me with confidence. Under a stratocratic system. The Corps is proud to be able to offer its citizens an environment utterly exempt from poverty and unemployment. More importantly, absolutely safe from the threats on the surface, while raising generations of experts capable of keeping the Corps as the only true self-sufficient state. Prigolia, the goal of this operation is offering support and aid to the Polish forces in Kaliningrad. For this operation, you'll be using the following items. Complete Polish Army combat uniform and a new set of weapons in accordance with Poland's requirements. 3rd and 4th squad will be in charge of taking over the first 2 bases. Well, this is interesting. There's an actual bird in here. Ravens are used as saving points. Interact them with save your part. Okay. Sure. You should go to the training room and warm up your aim one last time before deployment. Is that what this is? You're really going to work with Sergeant Branna? You know, let a rookie like you fight side by side with a member of the Raven Squad. I'm awesome. Soldiers from the Corps, we need to be in top condition at any given time, otherwise we won't be able to protect the world during emergencies. Start training? Hell yes! Bezos, Frenchman, Bernard, Arnault, then Gates, Zuck, and Musk, with Buffett wrapping up at number 6 and 15 billion behind Musk. Jesus. Alright, shoot the arms. Kerpow. Training dummy has been inflicted with paralysis. Dack. I really like my character's angry eyes. While attacks can miss their target, skills will never fail. Use that to your advantage. Every time you use a skill, your character would lose morale. Be careful when using them, as you don't want to demoralize your teammates. Shoots the center mass of his opponent. Rises an ally's attack for 3 turns. Interesting. Dramatic. I don't know if Persona the shooter is that good as it thinks it is. Subturgus. And also use items to damage your opponents. Once used, they'll be removed from your inventory. Molotov. Oosh. Morale reaches 100%, you'll reach You will reach Euphoria, which will grant you critical damage to all of your attacks. All right, Baconcopter, hope you feel better, buddy. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us for a bit. Wait, is it? Okay. I don't want anything to do with Euphoria. Yeah, I think I might be ready for tomorrow. Information about body targeting systems is added to your notes. It's training, I shouldn't bother him. Guns. And I come to train here every day. I'm never gonna be good enough to join the Raven Squad. I don't even have the courage to talk to them when they're around. Sack up already. Come and train here whenever you want, but it's gonna be hard to find an empty spot. The shooting range is always full. Bandages added to inventory. I really like the art in this game. I like the art in this game a lot. Little Inferno is one of my favorite games the past number of years. I did play through Little Inferno a long time ago. I think before I was even doing reviews. I would be more than happy to play through it again. It's really cool. Monster Loves You is also really good. The leadership of General Eugene Wisner, the Corps has become the biggest army in the world, giving us, his children, the responsibility to protect it from the enemies of peace. Sounds a little fash, if you ask me. Seventh Floor Command Headquarters, private work. A moment, please. Yes, sir. I just want to take the time to congratulate you on your first deployment. No, thank you, sir. Very excited about this opportunity. Good to hear. A high morale can give you an extra advantage in the battlefield, so make sure you keep those good spirits. Will do, sir. I'm happy. Having high morale is very important in battle. Full morale bar will grant an ally. Yeah. Ally uses all their morale. They'll also lose their will to fight, lowering their attack damage in half. Gotcha. Thank you, sir. That's cool. Can't drop the ball on this one. I heard a rumor Father General Eugene will be monitoring our progress. What? Crap. No, I'm definitely gonna screw up. Why did you even tell me that? It's funny. You're going away tomorrow, grab something to eat from the vending machine. You know, for the road. What should I get? Power bar. You gonna try the new protein shakes at Chow Hall? They're delicious. Nah, they're all gone when I got here. Well, that's sad. Your first time going outside? Are we gonna answer or what? Sorry, out of protein shakes. Come back tomorrow. You're leaving tomorrow, right? They snuck you one. I was saving that one for me, but you can have it. Oh, I love you. Hey, found this cracked card while I was on cleaning duty, but to be honest, I don't really know what to do with it. It seems valuable, but it doesn't seem to work. In any case, can't just throw it away, so leave it in your hands. I got a cracked card. What could this be? Old and cracked digital card can be repaired by a handyman. You don't say. How'd it go the other day at the research lab? I hear they're working on some new crowd-controlled guns or something. Can't believe they asked you to help while they tested it. Grandia. I have Grandia 2 on Dreamcast, and I got to the very end of that one, and I don't remember why I didn't beat it. I wonder if I got stuck on a boss or something. But I got through all the big twists in it. I know why I didn't beat it. I know why I didn't beat it, but I'm not going to say why, because it would spoil a big twist of the game. Super modded generic RPG Maker menu. I'm honestly really impressed with what they've done with RPG Maker here. Like, it looks really good. 2 is the one that's very popular. I like 1 for the cheer. I would definitely be interested in trying 1. Basically, may form a line, then they electrocuted us one by one. Assess the strength of their new stun gun prototype. Man, you're so lucky. What the fuck? Kitchen's closed, and I used to pick up a tray. Cleaning duty already started. There's a lot of interaction spots, too. I ate too much. I think I'm a barf, but I also want to keep eating. What am I going to do? We're to clean the bathrooms again. 2 weeks in a row. I do deserve this. Maybe if you did a worse job, they wouldn't send you so often. Breath of Fire 3. You can run. No, it doesn't seem like you can run in this. Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter. I'll take a quick shower and then go to bed. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Hi. Every time we're about to deploy, my stomach starts acting up. Ugh. I tell you, the thing you'll miss most while deployed is having time for yourself. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe you should take this. Quartz watch? Useful once you're up there on the surface. It's easy to lose track of time. Damn. Everybody loves me. I don't want anything right now. Yes, you do. Thought we were role-playing. I have no idea how easy that one is to come by these days. I mean, okay, I've mentioned this before. Thanks to the overwhelming generosity of y'all, which you have seen in action tonight, we have a very healthy budget for games. All right, Dev, thanks for coming out. It was great to see you, buddy. You go rest up. We actually have a really, really strong budget for games. So I have been looking at picking up more classic games, like more physical games. So yeah, even if there's something kind of rare, kind of hard to find, I may be able to swing that. I'm not doing Steel Battalion. What the fuck is wrong with you? I specifically called that out the other night as like, I can't do shit like Steel Battalion, but like, I'm not gonna do Steel Battalion. I'm not gonna do like OG cartridge Earthbound. Okay. I should have said like anything that's not gonna be more than like $100 to get a hold of. I could probably do. Let's use that as a rough guideline, okay? Taiko Drum Game Switch. Oh, Taiko no Tatsujin? I love that game. I think it's on sale right now, actually. Or no, I was just looking at the eShop today. It might be coming out, and I got confused. Delta's about $100. I do love R-Type. I would actually consider that. I'm also not like don't nominate something that I would have to get as a ROM, because I don't necessarily want to go down that street, but I'm also not as like super against doing ROMs as I was before. So if you do nominate something like expensive but within reason, like R-Type Delta, excuse me, I would also consider going the ROM route for that. Hey Rourke, could you bring me something for the surface when you come back? Anything's fine. Soldier's mail, smoke grenades are an excellent tactical tool used to blind any nearby enemy temporarily. This is a large shelf-shaped soldier's manual. Suikoden 2 is out. Is that one like really expensive? Or is it only ROM? I don't know why I need to save my progress before taking a shower. I think I might miss these hot showers. I must be going crazy. Too expensive unless you pick it up digitally. Saga Scarlet Grayskull will definitely get through the other 100 sagas sometime. I do. That's one of the things that I do want to do over time. Is I do want to go through the Saga series, but that's on hold until I get the Analog Pocket. Elegant Frost, dude, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going tonight? Yeah, if digital is an option, I'll always go for digital. We're playing Demon Souls on digital, anyway. So, yeah, oh, it's in the box over there. But yes, when I finally get the Analog Pocket next year, we're gonna do Final Fantasy Legend 3. So that is gonna happen. That is gonna happen. It's my squad's medic. Should be able to give me some info about the operation. I believe his name was Adair. Maybe I should just call him medic or something. Hey, Adair. Let's play some Jackbox with friends so you figure it out right. Nice, thank you. I appreciate it. Jackbox is a ton of fun, isn't it? I have PS4, so I forget you can buy PS1 games on PS3. Yeah, it's such a pain navigating the store. Like, I hate it. I had trouble finding Demon Souls on there, dude. But yes, I do have those options. Have we met? Not really. I was just transferred yesterday to the 4th squad, so I was wondering. Oh, it's your Sergeant Coyle's replacement. You haven't been deployed before, have you? No, it's gonna be my first time tomorrow, but you seem way too calm. Well, I've been waiting for this day for years. I've never even seen the sun before. Try not to stare at it too much unless you want to go blind. Huh? You don't know a thing about the surface, do you? I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. The surface is an awful place. Would you lighten up a little? It's not the time to relax. Wow. An obnoxious little prick. Yeah, I don't even think you can browse the web store from PC anymore. I blasted the new party pack. Not good at stuff like Quiplash. So I'm glad there are some non-answer prompt games mixed in. Our friend Manic did a Jackbox night for us, and what was the really fun one? The rap battle one was really fun, but that's from a previous Jackbox. What was the one? I'm trying to remember what it was called. It wasn't the presentation one. The presentation one was funny though. I think it was Gather Round, yeah. That guy's in a 2020 mood. Alright, I guess I'm clean now. Hope I'm clean now. Did I talk to you? Oh, apparently not. This is Sergeant Branna. You guys filling in for Coyle, right? Yes, ma'am. I'm Rourke, November Company's 1st platoon. It's an honor. Yeah, whatever. I'm Sergeant Branna. If it wasn't because Coyle decided to be a jackass and break his arm, you wouldn't be here. Remember that. I know you won't be able to replace him, but at least try to mess things up, okay? Don't worry about it. I've got it. Don't worry about it, man. Good. At least you got confidence in yourself. That's a start. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Try to get injured before I leave so we can go and fight some bad guys, alright? Why does everybody here suck? I didn't get to play the hero drawing game, but I saw it played, and that looked like a riot. Enjoy your bed for the very last time. You'll be giving up the comforts of the Corps once you reach the service. Everybody in the Corps is so grim. Cleaning the dust on this thing, but not now. What do I do with all these boxes? I guess I'll clean once I'm back from the mission. Official deployment notice to Corps Soldier 716 Rourke. Notice to inform you you've been assigned to participate in Operation Pregolia. To report to briefing room. Probably read this one again. The Perfect Shot 3 has been added to Rourke notes. Breathing techniques by Sergeant Coyle. If I'm going to be deployed in his place, I might as well study his approach. Neat. I'll play Joke Boat again sometime. Probably wash this bag. Maybe you should clean your shit up, dude. Yes, you should. Let's get the show on the road. Anything I'll miss is probably this bed. We're gonna give this another 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna roll on to the next game. This is cool so far. I do like this. Kamizelka Uko added to the inventory. These must be like this must be Polish equipment. Polish dog tag. Yeah. Ah, look at me. Couldn't sleep at all last night, but at least I'm ready to leave early. I'll have time to rest on the train, I guess. Train is on the first floor, so I better get going. Maybe I'll impress the lieutenant by being the first one there. Let's do it. Play the hero drawing game on Manic Stream. That was fun. Another day, another mission. Crap, everyone's here already. Hey you, move and get in line, quick. Oh no. You started playing Observer, gotten scared badly twice. I really liked Observer. I've played enough of Bloober Team's games to know that quality is kind of an exception rather than the rule, but I did think Observer was really solid. Need to do more Jackbox. I need to finish Live a Live on Monday stream. Nice, nice. How long did Live a Live end up taking you? Attention soldiers, some of you may already know this, but our very own Father, General Eugene Wisner, is going to be monitoring Operation Pregolia. Father General will be giving you some words of encouragement now. It's him! Father General Eugene! Rumors are true, Father will be watching over us! Sit quiet, soldiers! Please, Father General, the floor is yours. Thank you, Lieutenant Gareth. Children of the Corps, it is a pleasure to speak to the most promising soldiers of this generation. If you are here today, it is because you have worked hard, and you should be proud of yourselves. Mother specific. Hard to say, pause for October. I got you. Yeah, there's an Observer remaster coming with extra content. Could be worth a replay. As you all know well, we, the Army of the Corps, have been given the privilege to be the protectors of humanity, an aid, an ally to those who need it most. The mission you're about to take part of will become our biggest and most important operation in the history of the Corps. We'll be helping a dear nation of ours to fight against the evils threatening their freedom. We'll be changing history. I expect all of you to give your best. There's no room for failure on this mission. The fate of a nation, and potentially the fate of the world, is in your hands. I trust that you, my dear children, by your skill and valor, you will bring harmony to the world. There you have it, soldiers. Make Father General proud. Why father? That just makes it double plus creepy. Let's get moving, soldiers. All aboard the train. Day 2, intercontinental platform inside the core. More than 15 hours have passed already. Did say they're born to be a sniper, they assume they're clones. Oh, that could be. The first time sitting on the train that connects me to the surface. This thing's been shaking the whole time and makes an ominous noise that won't let me sleep. Everyone looks wiped out, to say the least. That's true. They didn't mention... There's been no mention of parents or family. Only father. This thing's been shaking the whole time, makes an ominous noise that won't let me sleep. Everyone looks wiped out, to say the least. To be honest, I'm not feeling too well either. I haven't eaten anything during the whole ride, but I guess that's because they expected us to fall asleep. I'm already in a cranky mood and make things worse. I'm sitting right next to this guy. Hey. You should try to get some sleep. Staring directly at him. You know what? I'm too tired to pretend to be polite. Screw this guy. Didn't you say this wasn't time to relax? What? You still mad about the thing I told you yesterday? You know, right now I really don't want to... No, it's okay. I appreciate your honesty. Is this sarcasm or what? It's nothing like that. People are always kissing my ass as if I wouldn't take care of them if they piss me off, but let me save you the trouble. I'm a professional. I don't mix feelings with my job. Being my friend doesn't mean that I'll take care of you first. So tell me, weren't you trying to do the same thing yesterday? I tried talking to you because I don't know anyone in this squad. I couldn't care less that you happen to be our medic. Is that so? Well, I'm glad you're not as cynical like the others. Man, I got news for you. If you're still unwilling to listen to me, there are a couple of things I could tell you about the surface since you were transferred so suddenly. Guessing you haven't been properly introduced. I just got the briefing today, so take a guess. Really? Well, you seem so curious about the sun that I thought I should warn you a little. To be honest, I really don't know if the sun could leave you blind, but what I do know is that it burns. It burns like pouring alcohol on an open wound. It can even toast your skin. It's quite fascinating. Why is this guy still talking? It's been like 5 minutes already. They're definitely gonna kiss later. So yeah, based on that, I wouldn't even try to look at it too much. Sounds to me like the surface is awfully designed. Well, it certainly wasn't designed for us. Interesting. War as hell as other people. What was that? Did we finally arrive, or? Even the lights went out. We have arrived. Everyone get ready. We're opening the hatch. Oh. This is where the J-pop intro needs to come blasting in. Feels like it's paced like an anime too, but I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind it either. This is pretty good so far. As soon as the door that separated us from the outside world opened, a strong and musty odor filled my lungs. With all this humidity, it feels as if a vacuum had sucked out the remaining air inside of my uniform. And the intro comes after this shocking shot of the surface. There's no longer a roof above my head, no walls surrounding me. It's both intriguing and weirdly unsettling. I like that they're going into the psychology of this. The psychology of someone who's lived essentially in a bunker their entire lives, finally reaching the surface. With trees as tall as the eye can see, selfishly breaking through the soil while competing with each other. I've been in simulations before, but the real thing is frankly a bit underwhelming. I really hope it gets better than this. Just waiting for Gura and Lagan to pop out of nowhere. Hey, rookie, don't stay behind. Okay. What's this need? Sure. Soldiers, gather here. We'll be splitting up from here. Marcel, Bennett, Adair, Fionn, go to your positions near the enemy base. Yes, sir. Engineers need to go to the northern point. Wait for their signal to cut their power supply. Yes, sir. That's where you come in, sniper. You'll hand to the targets outside their range, the ones that are only visible from the hills. Shoot on sight. Don't let any escape. When you finish them off, join the rest of the team. Understood? Yes, sir. Sergeant Brand will be assisting you. She'll be your spotter. Go to your position. Yes, sir. It looks all tactical. The music is good in this. I like the music quite a bit. I liked a lot about this when you played it. Some of the plot elements felt awkward, and like the characters developed at the speed the plot demands rather than a way that feels right. I wonder if that's something that might get ironed out during early access, or if they're just like, if they're just charging through. I feel leave a really good impression to make sure they consider me for future missions. Just have to remember my training, and everything will be fine. I can do that. Burke, can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. You see the enemy base from there? Forgot they bought that bundle. Haven't played a single game from it. What's up, government healthcare? It's an incredible bundle. Like, there are so many, like, really high-quality games in it. And a bunch that you wouldn't expect that are really, really good. Yes, I see a couple buildings up ahead. But, I mean, with that kind of volume, should play Vision Staff Reset if you like Metroidvanias at all. Okay, listen, the signal jammer has been deployed, and we're now about to cut off their power supply. After the power has been cut off, that'll be your chance to attack. Go over the destroyed building to your left and use yours as a sniping point. Okay. On my way. I wouldn't say it's locked so much as boarded up. I got apples. Somebody bothered to put the apples in a treasure chest for me. Animations are good too. Rourke, are you ready? Yes. Later. Rourke, you should be able to reach 4 targets from where you're standing. Get ready. You have limited ammo for your rifle. Make good use of it or we'll have to retreat. Yes, ma'am. Bye. Bye. Farewell. Happy trails. The area is clear. Bring it down from where you are. I didn't even notice I had a timer until the very end there. Should be able to get a better view of the base from the small warehouse to your right. So is this the game? Is it a mix of like sniping sequences and like turn-based RPG battles? Or are there other mechanics later on? Rourke, are you ready? Yes. How are these people not panicking after the first shot? Sailor and stand by while the rest of the squadron is the enemy base. Wait for further instructions. What does I have to stay behind? Who watches my back anyway? TK Bros off. Rourke, go to the meeting point. Yes, ma'am. Seems dark. How do you know they're evil? They're just outlines of people. I know, right, Weslar? We're taking all of this on faith. I did notice in the intro chapter, we're not really wearing a uniform. So I'm guessing what happens is we've been brought up as a soldier of the Corps, and during this mission, maybe we realized the Corps is not all it's cracked up to be, so we join some kind of surface resistance or something. This is my guess. But I think the sniper is supposed to relocate after a shot. I should be safe. I think we're going to leave this one here for now, because we've been playing it for about an hour, and I do have some other large games that I want to get to tonight. But this does definitely seem cool. I really like how polished it is. Wait, no, I wanted to... Let me out. Apparently exit is actual... Oh, here we go. Quit the title. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that was pretty neat. Long Gone Days. And apparently still in early access, so it's still being developed. But yeah, cool stuff. All right, next up tonight, we are going to be doing a full playthrough, presumably, of a game called Once Upon a Crime in the West. A couple weeks ago, when we were doing one of these itch bundle nights, we played through a game called 2001: A Space Felony, where we investigated the murder of a deep space starship crew. And it was very clever and very funny. And a lot of fun. So now we're playing another game from those developers. What are those? I can't pronounce them. Somebody put it. What's up, Vesti? Glad you could make it for this one. Somebody tell me what these are again, because I don't remember. This game is good. It was pretty buggy. More than one person you know I crashes. Yeah, I that was mentioned before. Yeah, Coyote. Y'all taught me how to pronounce this, and I forgot. Chayote. Wily Chayote. I like the way that sounds. Wily Chayote. Super genius. It's not that kind of stream. All right, let's see if we can get this thing going. Oh, that's a good sign. Okay. Oh, it's a Humble Original. Nice. A game by National Insecurities. Oh, hey, look at that. I'm actually in here. I just assumed, you know. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, have mercy. A very Firewatch. This one's a lot closer to Oberdin. Oh, cool. Okay. It's also extremely loud. I can see that. On the 12th day of Christmas. Maybe that'll be better. What? Alright. I think I fixed it. I hope I fixed it. Maybe I fixed it. Well, there's a person in there at least. The Mount Inn. Wow, well, shit.
Merry 12th day of Christmas. I did wonder if you'd be coming this year. Glad to see you. Would have been alone otherwise.
You have a knife in your eye.
Except for all these dead folk. Weird that this should all happen today. 25 years to the day. My memory's a little fuzzy. Not sure why. Would you help me piece together whatever in tarnation happened in here? There's a thing over there. Does this magic image thing? You can use that.
Can you see the Lincoln letter? Oh, one more thing. I might have overdone this just a tinge.
I don't know how to use it. Cameron told you yesterday, so I hope you remember how to.
Scroll days. Wait. Doesn't seem to actually do anything. Oh. Oh.
Merry Christmas. I did wonder if you'd be coming this year. Glad to see you. Would have been alone otherwise. My son went off to work on the train. His mama would have been proud, I guess. This year we got Duncan Lachlan over there. His name's the only thing the man said since he came in that I understood. Brings in a lot of firewood, though, so I'm not complaining. Be a pal and light the fire, would you? Get the wood.
I'm
On
sitting.
ahead and place it right there in that fire. I'll let you know when we got enough in there to light it up.
Everyone's an animatronic with no eyes. Okay, so you can noodle around with this at any time.
Don't be shy. Get the wood and go on ahead and put it in the fireplace there. Been 25 whole years since my Christmas miracle. I remember Mary and I were struggling to feed our David. 5 years old he was. Middle of winter, cold as hell. We prayed all day, every day for anything. We got nothing. Not one man, woman, or donkey in Old Town could help us. They were spending their cash on rebuilding that poor place.
Really nice if I could carry more than one piece of wood at a time.
Day of Christmas, there it sat, shining like the light of God himself. A big old bag of dollars, right there on our humble old doorstep. The money's kept my family fed, and that door open to anyone who needed to rest on up in here ever since. That's plenty of wood. Come get you a match from me.
Do a match. Super Mario West Rolling.
Great. Thanks, pal. Yep, I remember that day like it was this morning. 12 whole days after Old Town went up in smoke and down in flames. I thank God for that blessing. The money, I mean, not the fire.
So there was a fire that burned down the town?
Ugh, get out of my face. Nobody understands me around here. I just came to be left alone.
The phonetic spelling's pretty great. All right. All right. So, let's see what the second day is.
Then, on the morning of the 10th day of Christmas, there it sat, shining like the light of God himself. A big bag of dollars, right there on our humble old doorstep.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
It's true.
You're trusting me with this?
Hmm?
Near every man I've met is a robber or a con man, and a lot of the runaway women are turning to that kind of a life too. Seems a little naive to go telling folks what you got in riches. You understand?
I have faith in people. The best way to know if somebody is trustworthy or not is to trust them.
That's the most naive thing I've ever heard.
It's true, though. We've had some dangerous types attempt to make their way up here. If the tales that I hear from the transits that come through here are true, then those kinds of people never make it past this here cabin.
I've known violence like you wouldn't believe. So, I don't relate to your faith in folks. But you've had no trouble for that cash for 25 years, huh?
That's right, ma'am. Almost to the day.
Well, I suggest that you stop hollering about that to every fresh stranger that passes through this place. The world's getting worse.
Well, in your line of expertise, you only see the worst side of mankind.
And business is getting better.
To good business, then, I suppose.
To good business. Why aren't you drinking?
Oh, I don't drink. Wouldn't be good for business. Be my guest.
I intend to.
Right in her face.
If you don't mind my asking, what is it that brings you up here?
Business.
Well,
Stealing a sack of
I
dollars.
also figured that it ain't none of mine. Apologize for prying, ma'am.
I'm here looking for the old sheriff of Old Town.
They renewed that bounty again? After all this time?
Yeah, but it ain't funded by the state. The townspeople funded it. Them Old Town folks hold grudges longer than they live. This year, the bounty is $8,000 alive.
Jesus Christ.
Be sure to mind the lady's face, friend.
Oh yeah, I'm working on
I
it.
brought a lot of dust in with me anyway. Don't worry about me. We all got a job.
Well, not this one.
Free labor. There are people fighting against that now.
It ain't quite like that free labor nonsense here. I give my pal room and board. They sweep the floors. We help each other out. Keep each other company, too, especially around this time of year.
I'm helping.
Deal. It's a nice place you've got set up for yourself here.
Why, thank you, miss.
Now, what was it that we were saying before?
That's even more money than was stolen that day.
Indeed it is, and I get $6,000 if I bring in that old sheriff dead, which is fine by me.
And that's fine by you?
Indeed it is, Elijah. Dead men don't reach for my gun when I'm looking elsewhere, you see?
I see.
Okay. Kinda. Okay. There we go. Perfect. The animatronic animations are really interesting for this. It's like you're watching a little show in each time period you jump into.
And the bank robbers had locked themselves in. Weren't nobody allowed in. Well, that old sheriff, though. Oh,
I'm liking this
that
so far,
old
Bessie.
sheriff was a damned fool. Went right on in there, found a way in round the side where they wasn't looking. Thought that this all-male gang of bandits could be reasoned with. Next thing that anybody knows about, the whole bank is on fire. Spreads to the town, the entire place is ablaze. Once the fire had died down, well, the deputy went to see what was left. Weren't nothing but 3 burnt-out bank robbers' bodies and an open safe. No sign of that old sheriff, and no sign of the townspeople's money neither.
How come that old deputy didn't become the new sheriff?
Oh, that boy, he weren't yellow, but he sure didn't have the stomach for what he saw that day. Left the job the next morning, took a ship out of Old Town, went his ass to New York. Some say to go shovel coal on trains in the city. Some say to farm apples in the outskirts. Maybe it was both.
Oh, hey, old deputy's Big Apples? We got some ciders in from that ranch. Bo's drinking it right now.
It's nice.
Some say that the old sheriff of Old Town was in on it. Wanted the money. Some say that the old sheriff was mighty tired of running Old Town. Keeping it safe, keeping it clean.
Are we doing a game here?
Keeping it quiet. When these dickheads decided to open the vault with dynamite in a wooden bank and perished due to their own foolishness, well, that old sheriff saw the money, grabbed it and left, stealthy as any lost soul. Some say that the old sheriff went and holed on up in Newtown. Some say elsewhere. Well, therein lies the mystery of the old sheriff of Old.
I hate tricks.
Everybody plays tricks. Even you. Bet you turn a few of your own.
You wouldn't like my tricks, bitch.
Hey, you two stay civil now, you hear?
All right. Interesting.
The card is up your sleeve.
I ain't got
You
any
wanna go
sleeves.
outside?
Aye, and after the incident with the elk, I vowed never to leave a drunken man on his own again, and so I dragged him out by his collar.
Incident with the elk.
I came willingly. I don't know what you were doing drinking in the old bar of Old Town. The fellas in there would rob you blind and then blind you. You're only a wee lad.
I was there for business. I needed to deliver a new sheriff badge to the new deputy of Old Town so that he could become the new sheriff of Newtown.
What happened to the old sheriff of Newtown?
Shot to death.
That's exciting by the standards of Newtown. Hey, Dunk.
Do all Scottish people know each other?
No. We've not met, but I know him. You're one of the Lochlins in Newtown.
I've heard that name. Lochlins.
The Lochlin family founded Newtown. That's what I know. What's the story, Dunk?
Seems like maybe the audio was right the first time.
Oh, you won't have a clue what I'm talking about, mate.
If they struggle to understand you, I'll translate if they look to me.
Alright. Oh, a long time ago, my family came across a way with a lot of our families for Scotland there.
The Lochlins long ago, with some other Scottish families, sailed here from their old home a few generations ago.
We settled Old Town, back then it was new, like, people didn't like us, we didn't like people were like, we didn't,
They went to set up a new home in Old Town. Unfortunately, they didn't get on with the people of Old Town.
We set off, grabbing a path between these mountains the other side, and we cleared ourselves a patch of ground and started a new town.
They went over and through the mountains and down to the river and started a new town. They called it Newtown.
It was ours and ours all over a couple of generations, but our own wee safe haven kill, But then the Great Fire, Old Town happened. No many people travelling out this far to sell the Old Town anymore.
For a long time, decades, it was the Scottish alone. Then the fire in Old Town caused people into not wanting to settle there no more.
So new people for the same path we did decades previous and settled in was in Newtown,
People started making the effort of getting their way through the mountains, and then they'd all end up staying in Newtown instead. There was a lot of them.
Father was always wanting to bring fire with him. It was always mere people.
The Lochlans were worried these people would bring the fires of Old Town to Newtown, but Newtown kept itself as a haven.
People brought money, people brought money. Newtown got richer and my family get poorer and poorer.
More people incoming meant more money for the Newtown, in general. The Lochlans, though, what little they had in money rapidly disintegrated.
And that's why I'm here, Newtown outgrew me, so I'm just here to last my family's fortunes trying to find my place in this violent world.
Duncan says that he
Violent
left
world.
Newtown because it left him. Metaphorically. It's still there. Aye, Duncan left with the last of the Lachlan's cash, to live elsewhere with the rest of us. Aye, that's relatable. Newtown outgrew me a long time before it did you. I've adapted to it. You will too. Eventually.
And all this, I bring a wee piece of home with me.
Aye, he abandoned his home, but he took a piece of it with him. That he still carries.
This axe was down to me by my father and his grandfather for him. This is the axe that cut down the very first tree to make no Newtown.
That axe was his great-grandfather's. That axe was what fell the first tree for making Newtown.
See if anyone will ever touch my axe. I strangled him with my bare hands.
That axe is a treasured possession. If you touch it, he'll strangle you.
Well, if you find anybody strangled, we'll know what happened to them.
Aye, you've got to protect your stuff. A lot of thieves out there. That's why
This
I
dude's
wanted
just
to
out.
protect young Richard here, you know.
He's done.
I've got a job here recently, so it's no extra effort to take Richard halfway home anyway.
Aye. That's nice to go home, aye.
Newtown was no home to me. I lived there, aye. But my home's out here, in the wilderness. Are any of yous lot known of a roofed building nearby here to sleep in?
Aye.
Good. We'll go there in a bit.
Okay. Let me do one other thing. This might help. I can turn this back up. I know it's really loud. Hang on. Let's turn the effects down. I don't know if I actually need to turn the music down or not. We'll keep dialogue and master up, and that should help.
Yeah, go and put your card in already, will you?
He's saying get a move on.
I don't know what we're... Okay.
Oh, good. Finally.
Why is this game called Blind Brothers Bloodshed?
Always interested in the story, huh?
More so than the game.
Well, kid, it starts with three brothers.
Let me guess. Does it end in bloodshed?
No, and they weren't blind neither. It all started in the middle of a night, black as the eyes of Satan himself.
Hey, it's your goal. Will you get a move on now?
Will you shut up?
One night, the
I
middle
mean, this isn't really helping because I have no idea how to play this game, so...
he demanded it back. Middle brother says no. Youngest brother steps in to say their mama didn't raise him right. Eldest brother got mighty mad at that and swung a punch at the youngest. Missed, of course, and hit the middle brother. The situation escalated until they took their altercation out into the street. The only thing they agreed on was having a standoff. So, these dickheads get themselves up in
These
some
dickheads.
rough semblance of a triangle shape in the blackest of black nights. And all three of these damn fools, they wait in the black darkness for their other brothers to draw.
Why didn't these boys take a lantern outside with them?
Town rule. No lights outside at night.
So how did they aim to
It's a
shoot each
weird
other?
rule.
Well, that's the thing, fellas. These men ain't never thought of any of that. They're the sorts that never thought about their futures.
I just realized she ponied up her rings.
Because of this mindset. So, they needed to contrive a way to know when each other was drawn.
Hey, it's your goal. Will you get a move
What
on
the
now?
fuck, guys?
So, one of them decided, and the others agreed, that they gon' shout out numbers. The highest number gon' be the first to draw.
That would take eons.
Now these boys ain't never had much of an education. So past 128, these kids started to make up numbers. Like 1111, 1 gazillion, 1 gazillion and 1. They all proud fools, so none of them wanted to say that ain't a real number. It seemed the fool to be proven wrong. So they all go on ahead pretending that they too are knowing of these numbers. So these kids is yelling in the street at night, in the middle of town. Local strumpet leans out of the window of the saloon to tell them to silence themselves. She worried that they gon' get hurt.
Strumpet is such a good
The
word.
eldest and the middle child are so offended by being told to be quiet by a woman.
Not for its usage,
hollering
just the way
all
it sounds.
kinds of insults at her. Suddenly, the eldest of them goes all silent. And then the middle one, too.
What happened?
Bears.
Bears?
Yep. Bears got him. No lights, no noises, no bears. Town motto.
Pretending
What
to know
happened to
numbers,
the
much like
youngest
you guys are pretending to know how to play this card game.
Dad went on to make something to repel bears. Made himself the best bear repellent in the whole of the West.
Oh, poisonacine.
What does that tell?
Poisonacine. That's in 2001.
Premise. We all put down cards until only one of us got a card left. Or until the bears get us.
Ain't bears gonna get you.
Oh shit!
What in tarnation? Bo!
I hate tricks. Set it up so she'd be the last one with a card. Trying to bamboozle y'all with her tall tales as a distraction from that con.
I had a good streak going.
You didn't, kid. But now you can get your money back. And a part of her share, too.
She didn't have money. She bet 5 gold rings.
Right. 1 ring each. And 1 for Elijah.
No way. I ain't taking no part in this here mess. No ma'am.
Then I'm having it. Now, who's gonna help me get this body in that well?
You're not putting Geraldine in that well. It'll make the water go bad.
It's
Good point.
frozen, Elijah. I need a place to keep her body that ain't warm and that the animals can't get to eat her. I'm gonna take her body back to Old Town with me in a few days. Bet she's got a price on her head, the damn swindler.
I don't like anybody shooting anyone else. Just about the rudest thing you can do.
Rudest.
I ought to get myself a gun. In case I need to defend my stuff.
Stuff.
If I had more of a gut for telling people when something isn't all right, then I would be harder on Bo about her bad behavior. Never seen anyone shot before.
Poor guy. I wonder if that's Poisonacine right there. Oh, I still have my cards. That's cool. What's with the...
Listen up, fuckers. I'm enforcing a no-gun policy. Anybody can't agree with this, they can... Well, they can fuck off. You fire a shot in here and I'll take your fucking heart out.
Swear jar.
Aye, fair enough, mate.
It's a swear jar.
My friend here's gonna bring you all the gun jar. You put your firearms in there or you leave it. I ain't having no repetition of nothing nasty from last night.
Only took me 6 days to figure it out. Gun. Gun.
You got more than that on your bow. Top left pocket.
That is some eye on you, Elijah.
Or you've had a feel under that coat.
Take it. I don't mind. I'm never sober enough to aim straight anyway.
Shooting drunk ain't that hard.
Really?
Aye, I'll teach you.
Well, thank you, buddy. I think the drink's gonna kill me before any gun will, though.
Awkward.
Bear with. Hang on. Wait. Alright, I'm done.
What animals do you hunt?
Human ones.
Are you an assassin?
Aye, same as you.
How'd you figure that? I kill violent men. Robbers, thieves, bandits. You kill anybody you've been offered money to kill, no matter what kind of person they are.
After last night, the only difference I see is that I'd have needed less bullets.
But more guns?
Not necessarily. I've heard a lot of good stories about the old sheriff of Old Town. None of them exactly describe a fearsome fighter.
Wait. So you're after?
You thought that you would be the only killer wanting $6,000? I'm your competition.
No, you ain't.
I've not got a gun, I've only got an axe. If you touch that axe, I'm going to strangle you. He's unarmed, except for his axe and his arms. And you're not getting any of them off him.
He ain't never been any trouble, anyway. So I trust that he ain't gonna be neither.
Hi there. Is this a bad time?
Welcome to the Mount Inn. Put your dollars on the bar and all firearms in the jar.
It's a good slogan.
I'm in search of a friend.
Plenty of friends to be made here, miss.
I mean, a specific woman, sir.
No woman's been here.
Except for Bo here.
Oh, alrighty then. I'll be staying in this here shack until my friend shows up.
It's $2 a night, miss. And, cussing's extra.
Okay, I'm proud of myself for getting that joke before he announced it. Your gun. Your guns. Or your head. Head in the jar. This is a nice bit. I like this. Huh, okay. Of course, Bo had to go and kill the one person that somebody was actually going to come looking for.
Get the hell out! Aye, let's take this outside for. I am right behind you. What is your problem? Jerusalem crickets, it's cold. Get your cold ass in that barn.
Get your cold ass in that barn.
What is your problem? Why you gotta get hostile at me when Elijah and I are talking?
No, you're not talking to Elijah. You're cozying up to the old sheriff of Old Town to get that bounty.
He ain't the old sheriff of Old Town.
I don't have that option. It's not fair.
Oh, you do have that option, but no point in trying, because there is no way that he is the old sheriff.
We both know he is.
No, he ain't.
He is.
Look, it is so damn obvious that he ain't. The old sheriff ain't even a man.
What? No, of course the old sheriff of Old Town's a man. Did Elijah tell you that? Absolute shite.
It don't matter how I know. It ain't him. And since the old sheriff of Old Town obviously ain't here, then I figure I may as well get some pleasure out of being here.
Oh, his dollars.
No, his dick.
Well, I think he is the old sheriff of Old Town.
Elijah is not that kind of man.
As soon as he shows that he is, he'll be my bounty.
You touch that pure-hearted man.
Oh, that Derringer.
Oh, you're sweet on him. You like him a little bit too much.
I will send you straight to fucking hell where you belong, assassin.
You only have one shot with that pea shooter, so you'd better not miss.
Oh, don't you worry. I will not.
Try it. I've been a dead man my whole life. If you kill me now, then and I won't hurt your boy, but you won't. You're still trying to get back in his good books. You can't change, not for him, so why even try? We're no different. Here's your pay for Geraldine.
Get out.
Don't worry, love, I am off. But if he hurts anybody, he's my money.
Oh, I didn't realize you could zoom in on things. You had ring looped around the Derringer. She just got another one.
Copy me, darling.
Oh, hey, whoa, hi.
No. It's more like. Try again.
Welcome to the Mount Inn. Put your dollars on the bar and your firearms in the jar.
I don't have any guns.
Oh, keep playing that, sweetheart. I spy a beautiful woman I need to go talk to.
Okay, hey.
It's good to see you. Where in Jehoshaphat is Geraldine?
Wait, what?
She ain't here.
She ain't here. She was supposed to be. 3 days before yourself and 5 before me. Where in tarnation is she?
Keep practicing, darling. You're doing all right.
Okay.
Geraldine ain't here, and these people are being real suspicious about it. We need to leave.
No. Not without Jerry. She planned this.
Yeah, but she didn't plan this. I buried it out by that old well. Let's get it and skedaddle on out of here. Take the ferry out of Old Town. Have ourselves a new life without Geraldine.
No. You're saying these people are suspicious. They maybe done something to Jerry.
So we should be on our way, lest they do the same thing to us, Mary.
If she's been shot, I'm gonna find and skin alive everybody involved.
Uh-oh.
What you gonna do, Mary?
I have other skills than a steady arm, Claire.
No, Mary.
Oh, I think
Are
it's that
you
one.
with me, Claire?
Always, Mary. Always.
I did it.
We gotta lay low. Pretend like we don't know each other. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that they'd have taken from her. Her necklace, or her rings, or something.
Wait. Take one of my cigars, Mary.
Why?
Act like we just met.
Well, thank you, stranger. That's mighty kind of you.
Like Claire de Lune.
Happy New Year to you.
Excuse me, dog, can I get one of them New Year cigars?
Oh, only had the one.
Sly sod.
Oh, now then. Where were we, sweetheart?
Tell me you're impressed. Jimmy beating number 1. Okay. Wait, I can't get out of here. That's weird. Ah! There we go, okay. Love me, digital lady.
Ah! Bullseye!
You're still outnumbered. 2 tens to 1, Richard.
We'll see about that. Well, I can't be any worse a shot than Elijah.
Aye, but you may be.
You think he can fire a gun?
I think he's the old sheriff of Old Town.
That would be quite the story. Now, that wouldn't happen to be why Miss Bow has an interest in him, now would it?
No. I talked to her about that. She's just after his heart. Or so she says.
Really? He's kinda old, though.
Like the old sheriff of Old Town old?
Hmm.
Besides, she isn't exactly a spring chicken herself, Bo.
Well, she's still pretty.
Are you jealous?
Of whom, Bo or Elijah?
Either or.
Neither nor. I'm making a simple observation. You got eyes, too. Don't mean much to call prettiness pretty.
What the hell are you meaning, Richard?
The sunset is pretty. I ain't about to marry it. Boy, if anything, I wish I had less appeal. Getting women flirting at me heeds conversations. Makes it harder to tell stories. That new woman, Mary, she keeps staring at me.
She was giving us all a queer eye, Richard. But I know what you mean. It's distracting.
I just wish there was an easy way to bat their
I
eyes.
wonder why I have the
You
spyglass.
still get that ring?
I have to assume it's for spotting something at the
That
inn.
ring from Geraldine. If you wear that, then the women will think you're married.
Oh no.
Bother you less, my boy.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do just that. Thanks, buddy.
No, it's not a
You
gun.
boys, be careful shooting bullets off that there
It's a
cliffside.
spyglass.
Never know where a bullet's gonna land.
What are you, a cop?
I'm a sheriff, actually.
Oh, we met before. I delivered your badge to you. You're the new sheriff of Newtown.
Yeah, 5 days ago, I was a deputy under the new sheriff of Old Town. The old sheriff of Newtown was killed, so I'm to be the new sheriff of Newtown. My first duty is to track down the murderers of the old sheriff of Newtown. Yep, I'm heading on down to Newtown to be the new sheriff. Checking out these mountains on my way.
Oh my
You
god.
mean they're in the area? They haven't left?
Well, they sure didn't take the new train from Newtown to anywhere else, and they didn't take the old ferry out of Old Town either. So, yeah, they're still in the area.
Are we suspects?
That's a suspicious thing to say, civilian. But no. We're looking for 3 women. An all-female gang of bandits robbed the old bank in Newtown, shot the old sheriff, but they didn't shoot the deputy, because there wasn't one, and fled out into the mountains, according to the townsfolk's speculations. We got an image of the woman who shot the old sheriff of Newtown on one of these new doohickeys.
What is it?
This thing called a camera. It does this thing, I don't know how it works, but it makes like a realistic imitation of something that you could see with the human eye.
Like a painting?
Kinda. It's incredible technology, really.
I doubt it'll catch on. Doesn't he seem that useful? Nobody'd want one of them.
I agree that it's a novelty more than it is something sensible, though. Newtown's lawmen started using it for security, they say. But I think that they simply like playing with something for once. Ain't a lot of crime in Newtown, usually. It's a surely born job there, fellas. Anyway, they got this picture of this criminal. Only trouble is, it's a little too small to see the details. Can't see the woman's face enough to know who she is or who she might be. Some real clever professor by the name of Cameron invented this, camera. I'm due to meet Professor Cameron in the Mountain Inn 3 sunsets from now.
That's where we're staying. It's a nice shack.
Ah. In that case, civilian, would you kindly take this camera image with you? Give it to the professor in case I come too late? If you do this, then Cameron can get a head start on it.
Sure.
Praise the Lord. I'm aiming to get that woman behind bars real fast. I intend to be a U.S. Marshal by the time I reach 30 years old, you hear? If I make a good new sheriff of Newtown, then that could actually materialize for me. Gotta get my foot in the door, you know?
What in the
So
door?
what's your business in these hills then, civilians?
Camera.
I'm looking for the old sheriff of Old Town.
Oh, that old bounty, huh? Yeah, I heard a lot of old stories about the old sheriff of Old Town. The new sheriff of Old Town don't even know nothing for sure about the old sheriff of Old Town. She used to be the deputy to the old sheriff of Newtown.
Oh god.
What happened to the old
God.
sheriff of Newtown?
He got old. Old.
So, you're the new sheriff of Newtown,
Yes.
replacing the old sheriff of Newtown.
Yes.
And you were the old deputy, the new sheriff of Old Town.
Yes.
Who replaced the old sheriff of Old Town,
Yes.
Damn it.
and was previously deputy to the old sheriff of Old Town.
All of that is correct. Glad that you understand it. Well, it's been a mighty fine time speaking with you, civilians. But I need to be going.
I feel like I should have written that down. All right. We're almost there.
I expected him to have lasted longer than that.
Oh, we're drinking.
That man is all talk.
Let's have some of the stronger stuff.
Nah, I'm done in here. I'll go to bed after I finish my cider.
That's more for you and I, then. Good night. And then only 2 were left. I'm a little tipsy, but I think I've got you beat. So, I think that I win. I'm not even drunk, you know. I could keep drinking for hours. Hours.
I never stop drinking.
Could y'all be quiet, please?
I reckon that you'll definitely have to stop before I does.
Nope.
Excuse me. Will you shut the hell up?
Between you and I shouldn't even still be here still. I should have left days ago. But everywhere outside of Newtown is just so much more exciting, you know?
Nope.
The old sheriff getting shot is the first thing to happen in Newtown for decades that wasn't routine. And on Christmas Day, too. Yeah. It's a mystery.
Yeah. Mystery, yeah.
A Christmas mystery.
A Chris mystery.
It's like a sequel to the Fire of Old Town or something. I wanted in on that life with the excitement, you know?
I think she's gonna shoot him.
I insisted on delivering the old sheriffs of Newtown's badge to the new sheriff of Newtown. I was naive, though.
The murder in 3.
I didn't think enough about the dangers of being outside of Newtown, you know? But now I'm in too deep, and I can't walk out. I can't take my eyes off it. Like the shooting.
My bottle's been empty the whole time, you moron. I'm just pretend drink.
I can't go back to the boredom of Newtown. I am afeared.
Afeared?
But I'd rather die than go back to the safety
Uh-oh.
of Newtown. I see the same in you. You know the danger. And yet, here you are.
Lurk.
We're flies on the wall before the end of the world.
Sucking a glass like Maggie on a pacifier for decades.
Who we are.
Please.
Uh-oh.
Go to bed.
Sorry, doll. I'm taken.
Uh-oh.
Ain't what? What a crying shame. I don't suppose y'all'd say no to one more drink? Huh?
I would not ever reject a drink. I am very flattered, but I
Boys on a scene.
am interested in that kind of play. Just the stories. And liquor. In the absence of stories, of course.
Don't take the pink one. Don't take the pink one.
This one is for you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, God, that's nasty. What the hell is that stuff?
Just something I found at the bar. Let's go to sleep.
then sleep.
Well, I guess that's a victory for you. Good night, buddy.
Bye, buddy. Happy trails. Give me that one. I almost had it. No, I had it. No, I had it. There we go. Actually managed to put it down. But then it just makes me pick it up again. Oh, here we go. There we go. Book. Oh yeah, you actually do just suck on the glass. It's funny. Okay, here we go. Alright, 11th day.
Right, so you point, zoom, that means making it look closer than it is. Great technology, eh? And click. There you go, a photograph. That's what we call a picture that the camera makes. Just yank it out the top there. Show it to you, mate.
Who said that? Oh, this guy.
This is great. You're a really good looking bunch, you are.
Thanks, miss. Or, is it sir, perhaps?
Either? Neither? Whatever, man.
What's that accent you got there? Mate?
My accent's from the New World.
I thought that this was the new world.
No, this is the old New World, mate. I mean the new World. Are you not used to strange accents here yet?
Well, yours is a new one.
So what brings you to the old New World?
Crime. I'm here to solve crime. Well, a lot of crimes, really. Eventually.
Why here? Instead of the new world? Are there more crimes here than in the new world?
My old folks used to live in Old Town. When they got pregnant, they fled the dangers of the old New World to live in the relative safety of the new World. And they told me all about that.
And so you wanted to make a difference?
Yeah, my inventions could make a real difference.
Like your, doohickey?
Yeah, I left a bunch of these, doohickeys over in Newtown, trying to catch criminals in the act, you know. Them who can punch people right.
Hang a lot of them.
Yeah. If we had this technology a quarter of a century ago, the old sheriff of Old Town would have been hanged about 24 years ago.
Aye, the new sheriff in Newtown was talking about you a couple of days back. He gave us a picture graph of the old sheriff in New getting shot. He said that he needs you to do something with that picture.
I'm meeting up with him tomorrow, in here. He needs me to blow it up for him.
Yeah, why don't you take this?
You're destroying the evidence?
No, mate, I mean magnifying, not explosive.
The new sheriff that you would be able to see who shot the old sheriff in that picture graph.
Where is it?
Richard's got he's still in his bed, like, aye.
No need to wake him. He had a lot to drink last night.
Could you get that for me, please, buddy?
Okay. I thought I did something clever, but I just got a bit ahead of myself there.
I would like it if somebody with precise hands could help me out with this, please.
I can come to the barn with you, if you like.
You sure about that, mate? You did miss a note just then.
Well, that was just a faulty string. Fixed it.
Alright. Go and wait for me in the barn. I'll just finish my drink and be in a bit.
Oh boy.
What a fucking weirdo. I'm surprised to see so many of y'all here during the new year. Are you lot up here together, are you?
No.
Some of us are after the same thing. That's the bounty on the old sheriff of Old Town.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, but it ain't going well enough.
Speak for yourself, Lassie. I've got a clue.
No, you do not. He does not have a clue.
Well, we do know more about the old sheriff of Old Town than whomsoever it was that killed the old sheriff of Newtown. at least.
Not for long, mate.
So the woman waiting for him in the bar, or in the barn, is the one that killed the old sheriff of Newtown. One of the three sisters. And then...
I don't remember a lot, but I do know that I shot that one slumped over there by the door. I know that. I stopped her with my shotgun. She shot somebody else. So I killed her. Go use that picture machine on her body. Here, let me take a look at that photograph.
Claire.
Well, this here is Claire. She came in on the 6th day of Christmas. Kept to herself, for the most part. She liked to play that piano there sometimes. Okay, nail it to a wall.
Nail it to a wall?
Anywhere is okay. Now, do a photo of me. Try to get my best side. Nail it up.
Or Elijah with his knife in the
Anywhere is okay. String the two together next. Excellent. You'll need to photograph everybody else. I don't know who stabbed me.
Alright. Hang on, where is everybody? Let's even make Jesus! Okay. Okay. What the shit, he's on fire? Yeah, obviously they're all dead. So I guess based on the events of the previous 11 days, we have to figure out who killed who. Okay, well that's pretty obvious. Okay. Alright. So... Okay. Let's go start outside. And then it shouldn't be too hard to figure some of these out. Because this dude... Or Cameron. Oberdin vibes? Yeah, definitely. Red's pretty sus. Oh, I can put stuff in my deck. Okay. The card minigame was to get you used to futzing about with cards like that. So we can go around and photograph everybody. And then pin them all up at once. How's that? What's... Seriously? Come on. What's going on here? No, I don't want to pin it. No, I don't want to link it. I'm gonna drop it. Do you need his face? Oh, okay, I just wasn't close enough. Duncan Laughlin, okay. That on the deck. Okay. Good morning, Cornuda. How's it going, buddy? We are solving a crime in the West. Wait, is that one lady in the well? Can I take a picture of her? Okay, that was weird. We are playing Once Upon a Crime in the West. We've come upon this inn 12 days after Christmas, and everybody's dead. We were able to review the previous 11 days to see the events leading up to this, and now we have to map out who killed who. Pretty neat. By the same developer that made 2001 Space Felony. This is Richard. Right. Oh, this was the new sheriff of Newtown? Damn it. There we go. Yeah, the new sheriff. Okay. This poor guy. The assassin. Doesn't rhyme. Yeah, we know a couple of these already. Or Bo. And then I don't think I took a picture of you yet. Mary. Okay. Yeah, it's Oberdin after a fashion. Okay, so so Elijah shot Claire. All right. Hang on a second. Claire, no, we're not doing that. Claire killed Cameron, if I remember correctly. And then, right?
Could be right about that. But why in the world would Claire kill Cameron?
Game expects you to go to day 11 and learn the camera, then start scrolling. Oh, it didn't expect me to go all the way back to the original? Alright, let's see here. We know a couple things happened here. So, Mary... Come on.
Yep, she stole his axe. He was obsessed with that axe like a child. With a favorite toy. She hit poor Dunk with a flaming log. In self-defense, of course. Not for fun. I don't think that that's what's happened in here.
Oh, wait. He just said... Hang on. He just said she stole his axe. Can I please have the picture back? Apparently not. Okay, yep, there we go. Okay. So that means...
Really? Mary killed Bo. Why would she do that?
Mary killed a bunch of people. Zoom in on Cameron's ring. She also killed Richard. Know that much.
That Richard was a good man. Never took nothing from no one without giving him something back. I don't understand why Mary would want to kill the poor kid.
I can't zoom in on it, but I know it's the one that he took off the woman that Bo shot. Who else have I got? We got the assassin and we got the new sheriff. Why can't you zoom in on it? Because you can't always zoom in on things. Only during some of the scenes can you zoom in on stuff, and this isn't one of them where you can do that. I think the assassin...
Why in the world would an assassin want to kill me?
Because he thinks you're the sheriff. Think you're mixing some of the characters up? What do you mean? So way back on one of the early days, the third sister, Geraldine was her name? They were playing cards and she had anteed her rings. And then Bo shot her. So then when we were out, when the assassin and Richard were out shooting and the new sheriff came up, Richard was saying he didn't want to be bothered by women. So the assassin told him he should put on one of the rings that they got from Geraldine to make it look like he was married. I was like, okay. Then later, or before that, Claire and Mary were talking about how they didn't know what happened to Geraldine. And if they found her rings, they would know something happened to her. So when Richard and I were drinking at night, Mary came up on us. Richard showed her his ring. So Mary poured him the poisoned drink and killed him. And then we've already established from the death scenes and from what Elijah told us that Mary took Duncan's axe, hit him with Mary took Duncan's axe, killed Bo, and then hit Duncan with the log. So I think this section here is straight. When the assassin and Richard were out shooting, one of the cans had the knife that stuck in Elijah's eye stuck in the can. I think that means the assassin does the knife throwing because Richard said he was too drunk to hit anything. So I think the assassin tried to kill Elijah because he thought Elijah was the old sheriff of Old Town anyway, which is what Bo was trying to refute. That's way too early in the morning for me to follow this. Did you run up the well? I went over to the well. I did go over to the well and clipped, like, right the hell through it. Oh, wait. Maybe I can winch up her body. I think that's... Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, there's Geraldine. So now I can link her to this mess. You check the barn too? Yeah, that's where I got the picture of Cameron. So Cameron's already set, because when Cameron was here... Hang on a sec. Yeah, there's Cameron. Cameron was killed by Claire. Claire was playing the piano. And I brought Cameron the picture from... Oh, you know what? I bet Claire killed the new sheriff.
That new sheriff did seem to be arrested.
Yeah, that's that.
Makes sense she'd be the one to kill him. But what would Claire have done to make him want to put her in jail?
Let me unlink this real quick. Move this over here. Make it easier to... Nope.
Why in the world would an assassin want to kill me?
There's another picture in the barn. So yeah, Claire was playing the piano, and we also found Cameron with the piano wire wrapped around his neck. So she definitely killed him. And then yeah, apparently the new sheriff was arresting her. So that's what happened there. No. Take a picture of Geraldine and get her all set up. They did teach you how to dispose of pictures where you probably don't care. It's not very important. I was just throwing them on the ground. Oh, we got the blown up picture of the old sheriff. Okay. So the old okay. You can throw them in the fire? Okay. I don't think that's super important, but... Okay. No. God, I wish I could stop doing that. Alright, so Geraldine... Bo killed Geraldine.
What a ugly mess that was. Bo never did like a trickster. Mary must have been in cahoots with Geraldine. Reckon she saw her friend's ring in Bo's sleeve.
There you go.
Must have thought that Bo killed her, so she did the same back. Richard weren't ever a main target, but him showing off that ring, he would have clued Mary in that he had something to do with the death of a friend. Well, being a witness, doing nothing about it, it's about as bad as hurting somebody yourself.
And then in this here. No. I guess we can link Claire to this.
Huh. Claire shot the old sheriff of Newtown. Huh. Cameron probably figured out who Claire was.
Right.
So Claire killed Cameron to take the heat off of herself. Oh. The new sheriff must have checked the barn and then come in here. I reckon he saw that photo and knew just who to call her. The new sheriff tried arresting Claire for the murder of the old sheriff of Newtown. She took and turned his own gun on him. Killed him outright here in my cabin. Claire shot both of the sheriffs of Newtown, huh? I guess they're gonna need a new sheriff now.
So rainbow yarn in your house even now? So I'm missing the link between all of these. Like I got this all. This is all sorted out. This is all sorted out. The assassin. I know he stabbed Elijah, but why would he do that? Why would he have done that? Well, I don't know what happened to him. He's up on the table. How did he end up there? Bo must have shot him.
That assassin.
The assassin tried to kill Elijah, so Bo shot him.
They must have thought that I am the old sheriff of Old Town. Bo must have killed him because he tried to kill me. She's so overprotective.
Was.
And I think that's how it all happened. I've been here my whole life. My mother built the cabin that we stand in. The cabin we all died in.
Game telling me to burn these?
Mama never told me Papa stole this land from other people.
I just throw them on the floor.
She only told me we made it our own.
Why would I burn the evidence?
And we did. We did make it our own. They worked real hard to make it exactly how they wanted it. And when she passed, I carried on with it. Oh. And look where it got us all. We should never have come here. None of us.
Well. He has expired. I have the swear jar. Why would I do that, though? I did it! I solved the mystery! Get obsessed about this for the rest of the time. It was good, wasn't it? It was really good. These developers seem to really like making murder mysteries, and they're good at it. I guess we did take the swear jar after all. And burn the cabin. Xavier Nelson was the new sheriff of Newtown? I love him. I love him. He was one of the main writers for Hypnospace. That was really good. I think the implication of the player is the old sheriff with the bounty, but you're not sure. That's true, because you never do figure out who the old sheriff of Old Town was. So that would track. That would make sense. Implication with the bartender being the old sheriff's son. I forget. Did any of the characters ever indicate who you were? His daddy did some bad things to get that land. Because Elijah knew our character. I feel like maybe I missed something about who our character was. Because I feel like at the very beginning of the game, like when we first show up and everybody's dead, there was something in the intro there. Old sheriff was a woman? They did mention that at one point. One of the characters thought it was. Or you're a player being outside the nature of the game universe. Always a possibility, Stargamer. I think that Elijah was the old sheriff of Old Town's son. That would make sense, because that would explain where the money came from. Internet died during this game, so peace out, save some data. All right. Well, Vesti, thank you for requesting this one. This was really cool. I'm glad we played through this. It's really neat. Old sheriff of Old Town, his mother is dead. Could be. Yeah, really good recommendation. Yeah, Vesti teed up this and 2001: A Space Felony, and they were both great. I really like I really like puzzle box games like this, where the whole game itself is like just one big intricate puzzle that you put together by the end. I think those might actually be some of my favorite games. Like Obra Dinn. Like Obra Dinn, they basically give you the whole game up front and they're like, solve it, go. They do make some very interesting design decisions. I definitely agree with that. Like not just aesthetically, but the way they present information, the way they stage scenes. Yes, they do work around their limitations fairly well. Like it seemed like the animations during the scenes with them looking animatronic, it really felt like a purposeful choice. And a good one to cover whatever weakness they may or may not have had. I don't even know. But any possible weakness in animations. Can't play Obra Dinn because Game Boy. Man, it's so good though. It's so good though. It's so good though. Obra Dinn has to be one of the most clever games I've ever played in my life. If not the most clever. Like it just felt incredible the whole way through. The best games, the best puzzle games, but also the best games in general, make you feel like a genius when you finally figure something out. They make you feel like nobody led you to that point, that you were just presented with a situation and you put the pieces together yourself. And that's not always the case. Sometimes it's really subtle design leading you around. But if it's indistinguishable, I think it's just as good, if not more of an accomplishment. Getting the player to think that they're this like standalone genius when really the game kind of guided them that point. Like I think like yeah, something like Obra Dinn is like that. I always thought Braid was like that. Braid always really impressed me because the puzzles in Braid, at least when I played it like decades ago, it always felt like you would look at them and be like, well, this is impossible. There's no way to do this. And you'd start dinking around with stuff. And then you'd see it, like at some point it would just click. And you'd see everything like come together. Milkmaid was one of the best games in Ishio. It has a story. Play is pretty simple. Graphic settings hard on your eyes or alternate settings. Still the pixel look. Yeah, it's different color schemes. Is it just different color schemes or is it different renderings? I can't remember exactly. I think of something like Portal 2, not Portal 1, but Portal 2 was an example of a really good game that didn't really give me that sense of being a genius for figuring things out, at least in the main game. Cuz I felt like everything was a little bit too directed. Like, it was trying a bit too hard to tell the player where they should be looking and what they should be doing. I always thought the first Portal was better about that. I still loved Portal 2. I still thought that was a fantastic game. But that was the one thing that I missed about it. That it didn't give me those same, like, oh my god, I'm a genius moments. The multiplayer did, though. The multiplayer in Portal 2 made me feel more like that. Yeah, 2-bits in Portal 2 where there were only a few places where you could stick portals. Yeah, it just didn't feel as... It felt less like a puzzle box that you worked around in and more like just shuffling the pieces around. Like, it didn't feel like it wanted you to come up with your answer. It felt like it wanted you to come up with their answer. And that's the big difference. Yeah, and the true power of a game does not lie in what makes you do or what shows you how it's presented. The true power of a game lies in how it makes you feel. I would agree with that. Yeah, all the best games for me, all the games that I liked the most, came from how they left me feeling after I was done. Like the incredible sense of accomplishment from beating certain missions in Invisible Ink or Thief 2. The incredible emotional payoff that I got from finishing the Talos Principle and following that story. Yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. That was really good. I had a different take on difficulty in Portal 1 or 2. The alpha builds of both games are almost different games. Yeah, I've never played the alpha builds of them, but I did listen to the developer commentaries of both, and it makes it very clear where they focus tested certain parts of the game down. Like where they like trimmed down the experience so that people couldn't get so lost in it. The ending E in Nier Automata was an experience. I always hear people speak very obliquely about the endings in the Nier games. Always makes me very curious. So, anyway, we have one more game scheduled for tonight that I'll go ahead and jump into. It's called The Night Fisherman. I've heard this is very, very short. We'll see about that. Vessi told me Once Upon a Crime in the West was longer than 2001, but I think they're about the same length for us. My pleasure, Satellite Sun. Thanks for coming out tonight. It's very good to see you. I'm really excited to finish Demon Souls tomorrow. Or attempt to finish Demon Souls tomorrow. Chard. Have I heard of Chard? You are a night fisherman. You spot a boat approaching in the distance. Okay, sorry, we have to restart this because I hit escape to see if they were optioned, and they were not optioned. I'm going to boost the in-game audio a little bit in OBS. Hopefully. Sorry, you have to see Chard again. Day sun, since wherever you are, it is bright. Alright, here we go again. You're a night fisherman. You spot a boat approaching in the distance. After stowing your flashlight, you reach over the side of the boat and collect a palm full of water. You throw it over your face, washing the night's stresses away. You pick up your rod and open your bait pouch. Live magnet. You wince as you pierce its squirming body, behold it regretfully for a moment, and cast the line. Hi. You have a gun. The man in the other boat has a thin strap across his body. Oh, interesting. On his back, you can see the protruding stock of a shotgun. Hello, sir. I'm Churchill with the EPG. Hello. I'm checking in with all vessels in the area. I wonder if you wouldn't mind lending me a lighter. Mine must have gone overboard. Aye, of course. You toss the lighter to the other boat. Thank you, sir. You're Mr. Gardner? Gardinier? Are you not? That'll be me. Shotgun beats rod and reel. The other man lights a cigarette, then pockets your lighter. You steal a glance around your boat. And you know who I am. What I do? I do. Then please tell me, what is it that I do? You consider for a moment as Churchill's eyes fix on you. You're part of the English Protection Group. Guns, germs, and steel, shotgun, rods, and reels. Ordered that copy of Dragon Quarter off eBay, but got a receipt from Mega Man Collection for the Xbox One. What the what? The similar items are all Dragon Quarter? It reminds me of the first time I tried to order a PlayStation 3 and they sent me an Xbox. The funniest part of that was filing the refund, and it was like, reason. I was like, you sent me an Xbox. And, like, I got my refund instantly. You stop smugglers from bringing immigrants into England. Bingo! That's the job Mr. F has given us indeed. My duty to sail about, checking every boat out here, checking the caves. Our leader doesn't want any immigrants slipping through the net. Good speaking to you, Mr. Churchill, but how am I able to help? I'm sure you can't. I'm told you're an upstanding man, Mr. Gardner. Perhaps you can help me another way. You must hear gossip, perhaps from Mrs. Gardner. Heard anything about the smugglers? Did you send them back 360? You didn't legally have to. I did. I had no use for it. Ah. Reach down, grab a tin of cheap Sandy Bass beer. Heard. Just a rumor, mind you, but they moved north. Apparently there's better caves near the next estuary anyway. They let their French counterparts know to make a slightly longer journey. Ah, shame. Perhaps they outfoxed us this time. The man sighs and oh shit. Oh boy. The man sighs into a cigarette as you drink your watery lager. Well, in that case, there's nothing more for me to do here. My work is done. Sorry to have troubled you. Not all, sir. Welcome distraction. Churchill drops his shoulders. He's at ease now. His threatening presence is dissipating. Churchill turns his hand to his boat, readying himself to leave. Caught anything tonight? Not much luck tonight, no. Nor me. You know what they call me in the lefty papers? He hovers for your answer. I don't pay attention to things like that. No, of course, but you've heard it, surely. You know of the name. Aye. Then please, what is it? The dark masks the sweat on your brow. Kidfisher. Killer 7 parts. Just want to point out these developers release a free game on Steam every month. Oh. Maybe we should look and see what else they've put up. You're apprehensive, unsure how he'll react. They call you the Kidfisher. Yes, a name I've well earned. He's focused on you again now, no longer leaving. They call me this because I'm the best at fishing immigrants out of this channel before they reach shore. And because they say I cast them back out to water. It's not a perfect metaphor. Here's a better one. The animal that best embodies the character of an Englishman is naturally the lion. You're proud, stubborn, often uninterested in menial labor, but so powerful that others will do it for... Oh my god, get the fuck out of here. So most of the EPG will hunt in places which could hide a lion. They check sturdy shipping containers and yachts. But illegal immigrants are pigeons, not lions. They swarm in great number, attracted to urban places, roost anywhere they can, and most importantly, we don't like them. Now, pigeons are really no different than the beloved jay. But we malign the pigeon, consider them dirty vermin. It's difficult to be a pigeon. Mr. Gardner, I'm the best at catching them because I know what tremendous feats human beings are capable of once they abandon dignity. You listen in silence. Anyway. I assume you won't mind if I enjoy tipple. Go ahead. The other man pulls an elegant bottle out of his jacket pocket. The blue glass is artfully blown to appear as if thorny rose stems are wrapped around it. Listing has changed to Mega Man with the text still dragging corner. That's weird, Dom. That's super weird. The bottle is capped with a cast metal stopper in the shape of a rose. He removes it and drinks from the bottle. Sapphire rose. There's no better scotch. Shh. I'm going to have to inspect your boat, but when people cooperate with me, they're not punished. In fact, they're given safe passage home to their loved ones and no charges are brought. You understand? Aye. The Kidfisher's face becomes deadly serious. You're transporting an illegal immigrant, aren't you? You consider for a second, and that very consideration gives you away. There's nothing for it now. Aye. They're hiding underneath that tarpaulin behind you, aren't they? Tears mixed with the sea spray and sweat dripping into the boat. Aye. I will now throw you a line. Move far away from the tarpaulin and get ready to swim. The rope attached to the larger vessel lands at the fore of the boat, away from the tarp. Oh, God. Kneel by the tarp, take the boy's hand in your own. His confused eyes cut at you. I'm sorry, lad. Churchill takes another sip of Sapphire Rose, stoppers it, and places it back inside his coat. Such a shame, Mr. Gardner. You could have taken the rope and been dropped safely home. I'll send my regards to your wife. Jesus. Rule Britannia. Damn. Fisherman's boat flips, the hull partly shattered. For a few seconds, Churchill watches the water, weapon at the ready. The boy resurfaces, gasping air misted with the fisherman's blood. Churchill lines up his final shot. Then relaxes the gun with an ecstatic grin. Laughing, he turns to his vessel and readies it to sail on. I hope we meet again. Goodbye, little one. Watching the boat leave, the boy begins weakly to swim. Wow. Whew. Has a lot of power in a very short experience. Yeah, we're making one short narrative game a month to play more like this. Search for Far Few Giant. Yeah, that was really good. Really good. All right. Let's look them up real quick. Here we go. Far Few Giants. Game. So they got 4. The Night Fisherman, the Outcast Lovers. Oh, the Imagine Leviathan. Imagine Leviathan is a short poetic survival horror set in post-climate change Britain. Humanity relies upon you to delivering a warning for future generations. 10 milligrams locked in. Two-player visual novel simulating the breakdown of a marriage during lockdown. I'm wishing it'd taken longer to finish the kitchen because that was not something I was prepared to deal with currently. I'm sorry, Lodral High. I was not expecting something that intense. Your worst purchase of broken TV is listed as new in one section for part in another location of the page. Oh, that sucks. When that 360 was new, my roommate sold an Xbox 360 Xbox box for slightly. This is cool. Scalped actual consoles were going for double. I mean, it sucks for whoever ended up with that. But these are cool. These are very cool. I would suggest when you are when you have the emotional fortitude for it, maybe checking these out. But probably not something we're gonna do tonight. Well, okay. We got through the 3 games we're gonna do tonight quite a bit faster than I was expecting. Hang on one sec. Let me have a look at them at the list. Maybe we can pluck something else out here. I would need to go grab it from Itch, but that's not a problem. Not sure which of these would actually be quick though. You know what? Maybe instead of that, because I think I would need to do a little bit of research to pick something out of there. Let me take a look at my Steam list because I've always got games that I've been meaning to take looks at that I don't get to. Nothing that would quite fit. eBay says still on the pages for parts, even when one place there's no thing that could be done for the refund. Wow, that sucks. R-Type, let's go. I don't know. If I'm gonna do R-Type, I want some time to actually sit here and like work at it. Actually, I'm going to do something a bit uncharacteristic, if you guys don't mind. I think I'm actually going to call an early night. Because it being Friday, and this having been a remarkable week in many ways, and me staying up late doing streams every night, I'm actually rather quite tired. So I didn't have anything else planned for tonight, and I'm flailing a bit trying to think of something to fill 20 minutes. So I think maybe we'll just let it go early for once. No try. Now you're making me feel guilty. But like, the thing is, I don't have anything. I don't have anything that's quick right now. Like, all the stuff I've been looking at would be like, it would either take a while to get into, or like, yeah. Okay. We'll do Which Way next time. Yeah, I think honestly I feel kind of like just crawling into bed tonight. These streams have been great. Like all this week's streams have been wonderful, but it has been a long week in other ways, and I think I could use the rest. I have to be up early tomorrow for my kids' school anyway. Okay, so schedule real quick because it's mostly planned out. Tomorrow, Demon Souls, probably finishing it. Also starting new nominations. We'll be off Sunday. Monday, we will be starting King of Dragon Pass. At long last, we are finally jumping into that. King of Dragon Pass. Okay, here's the tentative schedule. King of Dragon Pass, Monday and Wednesday. Spiritfarer, Tuesday and Thursday. I was going to do Deep Rock Galactic next Friday. But I'm still coordinating with Durkis on that because they have to work that day. So things may get a little pushed around. But regardless, we're going to do 2 days of King of Dragon Pass. We're going to do 2 days of Spiritfarer. And then Friday, we'll see. It'll either be Deep Rock Galactic or something will have to be moved around. And then 1 week from tomorrow night, we're starting a new game that I'm being very coy about. We're going to be playing something on the PlayStation, a PlayStation 1 game of my own choosing, while we nominate and select the next big retro game. Yes, we're going to be doing community multiplayer in Deep Rock. So if you play Deep Rock, keep your ears open for the night that we actually do it. Show up and you can mine with us. You can teach me how to mine. I've gone on like 1 or 2 mining trips, and I need to get adjusted. So I find somebody to raid. Whither goeth everyone? All right, I'm gonna send you over to the last bosses. He's still playing Hades. Dude is a Hades fiend. I can't compete with. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming out. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. And I love that every stream is a different experience. You know, yesterday we were chatting the whole time and just kind of kicking back with Spiritfarer, and tonight we were working through some really, really interesting and at times intense narrative experiences. So every day is something new around here, and I'm glad you guys are into it. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night for what may be the end of Demon Soul. And until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.